1, 2, 3. Say hi. So, Callie, let me ask you a question. Are you happy? You are?
Yeah.
What makes you happy? Do puppies make you happy? No? Does mommy and daddy make you happy? Yeah. Does playing with trains make you happy? Yeah? Yeah. Everyone deserves to be happy. Even little Luna! Awesome. Thank you, sweetheart.
Can I pick you up on again?
Let me shoot this video real quick and we'll do something soon, okay? Hello my friends and welcome to The Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua and I help others make simple changes to create a life of awesome. Welcome my friends and thank you so much for joining me here today. Quick, if you haven't yet done so, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell when you subscribe so you get notified each time I create a video. Also, make sure to check me out on the Facebooks and the Grams. There's a bunch of inspiration and some information to help you create that life of awesome. So, my friends, it wasn't too long ago that I was absolutely miserable. And if you follow this channel at all, then you know this because I've said it many, many times. So, it wasn't much more than a year ago that I was in, I was in jail, but before that I was literally at the very bottom of the barrel. And if I wasn't at a disgusting dead-end job, then I was alone in my basement room with all of the windows closed, with no one for company except my dog Luna and a bottle of vodka. And I was literally drinking my life away. And I was blaming everyone and everything else for my unhappiness, for my dissatisfaction with the way life was going. But there's only one real truth, and that is the only one responsible for your happiness is you. It's not your boss. It's not your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or kids or friends or, the universe to give you the most perfect life. There is no such thing as the most perfect life. And, it's up to each and every one of us to define what makes us happy and to pursue it. And everyone deserves that chance at happiness and the ability to go after it, whatever that may mean to you. And that is what the Simple Sober Life is all about. It's about focusing on the 5 areas of happiness so that you can achieve the life of awesome that you've always wanted. I have been following a couple of people on Facebook, and I am ecstatic to see so many people taking charge of their happiness and making it a reality. They're defining what it means to them, and they're going after it. My cousin is a fantastic example of this. We have never been really close in physical distance or in emotional connection, primarily because we rarely ever hung out or never really knew each other. But here recently I've gotten to know a little bit more about her, and she has recently gotten out of an unfavorable situation for her, and she is living her best life now. She is now experiencing a freedom that she hasn't had in many, many years. And she's going to the gym, she's going to the gun range, So how are we going to take charge of our life, regain our happiness, and achieve that life of awesome that we so desire and so deserve? Well, I've come across a couple of tips that might help you out. Tip number 1. Is don't get discouraged by unfavorable circumstances. Now, it is so hard to do when you're right in the middle of, a crap storm, for lack of a better term. It feels like everything is just kind of piling on you. And we've all heard that rule of 3 where everything comes in thirds, and you lose your job, and then you lose your wife, and then you lose your kids, and then everything just kind of barrels down on you. And it doesn't have to be such extreme circumstances. Just waking up on the wrong side of the bed can be an unfavorable circumstance. But if we get bogged down in that, and if we allow that to control our emotions and to control our mindset, then it really just kind of escalates, and it exacerbates the whole circumstance. Have you ever been caught in negativity, and then you just kind of think about negative and negative and negative and negative and negative and negative and negative, and it just kind of snowballs and snowballs? That's exactly how it happens. We have to refocus our mindset and get back onto the track of positivity and knowing that things are going to work out, because they will. One way or another, it's all going to work out. That situation will pass, and in a couple of months, a couple of years, you probably aren't even going to remember it. I mean, how many of us have been there? We think the sky is falling and our entire world is falling apart. And then a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years later, don't even think about it anymore. And everything is fine. Keep that mentality that as long as you keep doing action and keep moving forward and keep positive, everything will be fine. Tip number 2, my friends, let go of control. I know, for some of us, it might be a little more difficult than others. I was at work this morning, and I have a kind of a tick where I'm constantly organizing things and arranging things how I want them. Everything has to line up, and everything has to have its place, and everything has got to be right there, especially on my desk. And a coworker of mine was standing in front of me, and he was watching me do all this, and he's like, "You're really OCD, aren't you?" I'm like, "No." What gave you that impression? Of course not. I'm not OCD. I just like things to be my way and perfect and exactly how I want them. It's not OCD at all. But what exactly is OCD? It's a need for control. With so many things out of control in this world, it's one way that we can make sure things are exactly how we want them, exactly how we want them to be. So let go of a little bit of control. The fact of the matter is we really don't have control over, many things in the universe. We can put our best foot forward, we can take positive action, but do we really have control over the outcome of this situation or over another person? No, we don't. And the sooner that we're able to accept that, the happier, the quicker we'll be able to move towards, having a happier life, a more fulfilling life, letting go of some of that control. Now, I tell you what, my things will still be organized on the desk exactly how I like them. But, I don't have to have control over when someone moves. I don't have to stare them down. tip number 3, my friends, get comfortable with change. You know, it is quite literally the only absolute in our world. Change. Everything changes. Everyone changes. Situations change. People change. My dog changes. And, you know, the quicker that we're able to come to terms with that and understand that everything changes, the quicker we'll be able to get into a happiness mentality and start reaching our goals. We need to understand that things change. And I don't know if you follow like the astrological symbols or whatever. I don't study them. You know, I know a couple of little quirks about, you know, a couple of different signs. I'm a Taurus, and from what I understand, I am supposed to be extremely stubborn. And I hate change. I want things to stay exactly as they are, as long as they're going my way. Imagine, I'm gonna let you guess on how many times everything stays exactly the same going my way. Not often. And you know, once I was able to come to terms and at least accept the fact that things change on a second by second basis, then, you know, I would start to get a little more flexible, start being able to roll with the punches. And let me tell you, it took so much stress off. It was so much better when I could just accept that change happens and to let it go. And tip number 4, we have to stop looking to other people and other situations to bring us happiness. You know, a lot of us have that "you complete me" mentality when it comes to relationships. And it's not just, you know, life partners or husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends. It's with friends, it's with coworkers. You know, we grasp onto people and we kind of suck the life out of them in almost forcing them to be our conduit for happiness. And it's not fair to them, and it's certainly not fair to you. You know, I really believe that if you can't be happy with yourself, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. Because I've been there, and you know, I kind of lived vicariously through some of my exes. I expected them to be kind of the doorway to the world for me and to bring me happiness along with it. And that was a lot of pressure, not just on them, but I mean on myself as well, because guess what? They never delivered. And you know, once I was able to reshift my mindset and start focusing more on internal happiness and pursuing the things that bring me happiness, then I was a much, much better partner, a better friend, a better co-worker, and an overall better human being. And last but not least, my friends, live from a place of abundance. The opposite of abundance is scarcity. And if we're pursuing a life of awesome, there is absolutely no such thing as scarcity. You know, there is an abundance of money. There is an abundance of love. There is an abundance of ways to get healthier, to get happier, and to become more comfortable with yourself. And you know what? The cool thing about this universe is there is enough for everyone. You know, there is not a certain number of billionaires or millionaires in the world. You know, people are reaching that status every single day because we have an abundance. There is not a limitation on love in this world. You know, there are 7 billion people and, well, all right, maybe, but then there's also pets. Then there's also, I mean, there's so much love within us and within other people that there is no scarcity around it. And when it comes to your health, there are an abundant ways to, you know, pursue a healthier lifestyle. You know, I've been doing the low carb thing for quite a while now, and I've had great success with it. You know, that was one way that I pursued the abundance of health. I went to the doctor recently and I got cleared of everything. You know, I used to go and have my blood pressure taken and it was always high. And, you know, once I got my life back on track, I went to the doctor just last week and I'm good. There are ways of curing and killing cancer. There are ways of, you know, kind of digressing things like diabetes. I mean, there are ways to do that, whether it be holistically or medically. You know, there is an abundant amount of energy and ways to become a better, healthier, happier, financially stable human being. I hope you got value out of this, my friends. I am sorry for some of the interruptions. You know, I love Callie to death, and you know, it's such a blessing having her in my life. She is one thing that brings me happiness, you know, being able to see her grow up and explore and get creative, and it just blows my mind. And the way that she learns is admirable. I wish I could learn as quickly as she is learning. Man, that would be so awesome if we could do that now. But anyway, my friends, start taking responsibility for your own happiness. You deserve it, and you can make it a reality. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell when you subscribe. Also, check me out on Instagram and Facebook. Give this video a big ol' like, and until next time, cheers.